Hey everybody, Hatha with Jim, and today's yoga moment is going to be with our friend AJ here, and she's going to demonstrate the use of props, or a couple of props, specifically the block, and we're doing this to promote the soon to be released, The Yin and the Yang of It, a slightly different book about yoga, reflections, insights, stories, and practices. And this particular practice comes from the infamous chapter 4, Modifications, Adjustments, and Props, oh my, or how two blocks are better than one. So here we are. We're going to do supported bridge. This is a favorite of AJ's, so we know that she would like it. Now in the old days, we used to do when four people were two block people, they would use one block, and they might use it in a couple of different ways. One way will be at this altitude, so you'll come up and we'll get it down there, and you'll position it so it's kind of on the sacrum, that area. It's really kind of partly, right above your butt crack, and then slightly in the lower back, and it should find that spot where it rests comfortably. Okay, but what we found when we became two block people, going to lift up, if I do this, same altitude, but I have two blocks there, that's a bit more comfortable, is it not?
It is.
And I didn't pay her to say that. It's more comfortable because there's more space, there's more area from which to balance. So that's if you like being at this altitude. Come on up and then rest down. In the olden days, when we were one block people and we wanted to get more lift, we would take the block and we would set it as high as it could go, and it would go like this. And AJ's gonna get it in there. That's a lot of lift. Not everybody can do that much lift. But what happens there is it's maybe a little bit more than AJ wants, and she's got a very small area to balance on. So come on out of that. Now, because we're two block people, what we do is we take the blocks and we stack them at their lowest altitude, but two of them, like that. Now, we've got almost as much height as this, not quite as much, but close, but much more supportive here. So we'll come up, and get it under there, and then she's gonna adjust it so that it's in a place that's fairly comfortable. And once she's there, I'll encourage her to bring her feet in a little bit and bring the knees together. When the knees together, the thighs get a really nice stretch. And then she's completely relaxing. And maybe the arms come out a little bit more to the side, or maybe they don't. Just depending on how you feel and you want to be in this pose.
Perfect stretch right through.
Right through there, it's going to get the psoas, it gets the quads. Obviously, it's a nice stretch into the lower back. And how long do you stay there? Just how long you feel like staying there. But for our purposes, we're going to bring her out. As you come up, and coming down, and bringing knees into the chest. And you can either go from side to side, or maybe around in little circles. And that's supported bridge. Now I know that there are some people out there, we call them block deniers. And these are people that don't like to use the block, don't feel like the block is for them, because the block is maybe it's a crutch or whatever. But as you can see here, there's nothing abstract about what the blocks can do for you here when they are supporting you in this pose. Now you can do regular bridge without the blocks, but it's not the same. You might not be able to get up as high, you might not be able to hold it, you certainly aren't able to relax into it.
And you might just not want to anymore.
Right, yeah, and you might think, why do I want to do this pose? It's not very much fun. This pose, much more relaxing. That is supported bridge. AJ, fabulous as always. Elwin, great job. We'll see you next time.